Welcome back in the video. Today, the collaboration characters are being shown. We are going to start off with Stark, then go into Fern, and then go into Fern. We're going to be reviewing all of these characters in the exact same video. So let's go ahead and lock in. We're going to be looking at Stark first because he is going to be the free character. Might as well start off with him, right? So again, I'm not really expecting that much from my boy Stark. I'm gonna be honest, right? Let's keep it real here. We ain't expecting that much from Stark, right? So in terms of the audio, I will be muting it because I've been having issues with my audio lately. My PC is old. I'm getting a new one next month, so bear with me, right? So, we do know Stark is going to be the free character. He's going to be a fire warrior. Ooh, crit chance. Ooh, that's very, very nice already. I like seeing that already. Having a self-imprint crit chance, no matter if you're free or not, don't matter. It is absolutely like one of the best imprints in the game. Right? Crit chance is just so beyond broken, and guess what? His imprints should technically be free, right? Because again, he's a free collaboration character, so therefore it should be free. Now let's go ahead and look at it. His passive: when an ally is attacked, gains 10 to fighting spirit. Ooh, I like that. Okay. And when fighting spirit is full, activates Warrior Strike on the attacker. Okay. Warrior Strike consumes 100 fighting spirit, attacks the enemy consecutively, increases combat randomness of the caster by 50%. Before resetting cooldown of Lightning Strike, damage dealt increases proportion to the caster's max health. Ooh, I like that. But fighting spirit, every time you see fighting spirit, you think of Elvira, SPP, who else? Those are like the main two that can really beat them up in terms of fighting spirit, right? So we have to be careful with that. But let's go ahead and see what his S2 actually does look like. Is that going to be... I don't know if we saw animation for that. Let's speed this up a little bit, right? Oh, we missed it. Go back just a little bit. Ooh, okay, I like that. Okay, S3, attacks the enemy by slamming down with an axe, penetrates the target's defense by 50%. Ooh. Damage dealt increases in proportion to the caster's max health. Damage dealt increases every time this skill is used, stacking up to 3 times. That's actually not that bad, actually. Wait a minute. A 50% pen stacks up to 3 times damage dealt, and it's based on his own HP, and you can soul burn for 10 souls. That's not bad, actually. So you rip S3, alright? You proc his S2. It will reset the cooldown. Oh, so you can instantly do like 2 S3s depending who you're fighting against, right? Especially if there's like a lot of AoE. Ooh, if there's a lot of AoE, he's basically going to be getting about what, 30 fighting spirit or 40, one or the other, right? So overall, that looks good already. Now, how does his damage number look like, right? He's 26k here. Again, this is the demo they show, right? So don't really expect that much. 6,188 damage. That's not the greatest. But let's be realistic here. It is versus FCC, and it is versus... I'm assuming that's his first S3, which, again, it does go up. And is there Ilanov in play here? Let me check. Ooh, and there is Ilanov. Ooh. Okay, so this is basically not his full potential. Ooh, that's not that bad, actually, you know. Because, again, this is versus Ilanov, which cuts his penetration resistance. So... Ooh, he may be not that bad, you know. For a free character, he looks promising. But again, the fighting spirit, about the worst thing you can see, right? That's like literally the worst thing, right? S1 will have provoke, and damage will be dealt proportion to his max health. Actually, I don't think he's that bad of a character. In terms of a free character, he's actually usable compared to what we've gotten in the past, right? Jumbo Berry Special. When attacking with a single attack, increases damage dealt by 10%, and max will be 20%. Okay. I mean, hey, we'll take it. It's a free character, right? Can't really complain about that. But I think he's not going to be that bad. I don't think he'll be that bad. My expectations were low. And I mean low coming into this character because he was already free. So, see, there you go. He will be free from the check-in, right? Just keep in mind, if you don't know, he is going to be the free character. Again, for a free character, that's actually not that bad. I think he has some potential, actually. Now let's go ahead and look at Fern. Again, I think Stark is not that bad from the looks of it. Penetration, he pens 50% on his S3. The damage dealt increases. The more times you use it, he's not that bad. That's pretty good in my opinion. And we saw his damage versus Ilanov. Hey, I'll take it. He looks usable for a free character. Again, free. Ooh, okay, so Fern's gonna be obviously we do know she's gonna be a mage. She's eyes, and she does have an attack percent. Ooh, okay, attack percent imprint for the team. Not that bad. Not that bad whatsoever. What's her self-imprint? Crit chance as well? Ooh, they're doing this. She's going to be the DPS mage. 103 base speed, very, very slow. High attack. 27% crit chance. That's not even including her self-imprint. Oh, man. She is definitely going to be a DPS unit. Oh, man, please. Do her justice. Because these collaboration units can sometimes hit or miss. They can either be good for a little bit, like a couple months, and then they disappear. But let's see. So, S2, at the start of the battle. Ooh, we see focus. Oh, a little spooky. Because Solitaria, SPP, gotta be careful with those two units, right? Specifically. So, at the start of the first battle, gains 3 focus, increases speed by 15% and evasion by 20% for each focus. Oh, it's another flan situation. When successfully evading, consumes 1 focus and decreases skill cooldowns by 1 turn. Oh. It's like another flan situation, right? Cloud, we know Flan, right, has like a flat 50% evasion just for having a focus. So, this is kind of insane. But now they kind of balance her out by basically giving her speed and evasion by 20% for each focus. I like this. I like the idea of this. Again, just be careful because of Solitaria and SPP existing. But overall, that's not that bad. I like this. We like it. We take it. Now let's see her S3. Again, I'm expecting her to be a DPS unit. All right. Both of these characters are potentially going to be DPS units. Fern and Frieren. Speed by 15%. Seems kind of crazy, no? That's kind of crazy, no? I feel like that's kind of insane, you know, on top of the evasion you do get. Oh, man, they can put on her postal set as well if you really want to. S3. After granting increased attack to the caster for 1 turn, so she has the self-attack buff, very, very nice. Attacks enemy with the spear to kill all demons. Penetrates enemy's defense by 70%. Ooh, okay. Damage done increases proportion to the caster's speed. Begins the first battle with a full skill cooldown count. Okay, so it will be about 5 turns. Alright. I like that. Now, I do wish this would ignore damage share by 70% over penetrates the enemy's defense, but I don't think it'll be that bad. The cooldown, understandable. I don't mind the cooldown because she has inbuilt evasion and inbuilt speed into her from her passive alone. So it's not that bad. I don't think it's going to be that bad, right? But her damage dealt, let's see this damage. You could build her, again, she don't really need that much HP because she has inbuilt evasion and everything else. She's literally like a Flan. Ooh, God, she did how much damage? 30k. Oh, that's pretty insane. But again, no Ilanov. And there's no layer to scales. Kind of see how the damage really does play out. But again, the biggest concern is going to be layer to scales because of the 70% mint and all that. But overall, not too shabby. Not too shabby whatsoever in terms of her S2, her passive, and her S3. Overall, very, very nice. S1, after granting increased attack to the caster for 1 turn. Ooh, again, self-attack buff. I like this. When focus is 3 or higher, decreases skill cooldown by 1 turn. Damage done increases proportion to caster speed, and then Soul Burn 10 souls attacks all enemies. Oh, okay. Again, I like this unit. I like her a lot. She's really giving off some Flan vibes because of the focus, right? And look at Flan now. She's still broken. 5,200 damage just like that. And again, I love the attack buff. I love the self-attack buff. And then, obviously, she can Soul Burn to attack the entire team. That's good. That is good. So you could either go single targets, or you can either go to Soul Burn it, and for 10 souls, you attack the entire team. I like that. Again, I like this unit. Alright. No, not too bad damage. Really not that bad of a damage whatsoever. Now let's look at the artifact. What the artifact going to do? So, increases attack by 10% after attacking grants a barrier equivalent to 25% of the attack for 2 turns. Can only be activated once per turn. Okay, so now max increases attack by 20% and a 50% chance. Grants a barrier equivalent to 50% of the attack for 2 turns. Ooh, this is very, very good, actually. So, this is, like, very, very similar to the Tori artifact. But Tori has that 50%, you know, whatever, 70% damage mitigation. She can die in 1 turn. I do love having barrier on some units that have evasion. It's kind of annoying to kill the unit when they have that type of stuff going on, like FCC or anything that gives a barrier. And I like this, actually. So she has a guaranteed chance to get a barrier based on her attack, and it can be activated once per turn. That's kind of annoying, no? It's a good artifact. I think it's a really good artifact, but oh man. So she's going to be starting on October 2nd, so she will be coming after Frieren, which I'm going to be assuming, right? Frieren should be the first one. But overall, in terms of an artifact, I think it's pretty damn good for her. I think it's going to be best in slot for her. A barrier every single turn for a mage. That's actually pretty insane. Now, even if you just give that to like any other mage unit, that's some free survivability, which we cannot really complain about. I like that. I like that. Do we need multiple copies of that? I feel like it's strong, no? A barrier every single turn? I think it's going to be strong. I think it's going to be good. Now let's go look at Fern. Potentially, hopefully, one of these have ignored damage share, which is Fern's hopefully the last one here. Right, she's the last hope. That was my expectations going into this, hoping and praying that one of them does have ignored damage share. I see effectiveness imprint. Oh, man, what are we looking at here? Effectiveness imprint for the team? Not a bad sign already. But another self-crit chance imprint. Ooh, her attack's really, really high. 1.4, 1112 base speed, 23% crit chance already. Yeah, again, we knew going into this banner, they were both potentially going to be DPS units. And honestly, I am perfectly fine with it. I think mages do need more DPS units, and I like that. So, let's look at her skills. So, her S2 at the start of the battle grants 40% resource increase. Oh, we finally got a character like this. So, a lot of us were hoping and praying that they'll do something that buffs fighting spirit, buffs focus and all that. And we finally got a character that does that. Oh, I like that. I like that because we have everything else in the game besides resource increase. Oh, I like that. I'm all here for it. During battle, when soul is 4 or higher, grants defense magic. After being attacked, increases combat range of all allies by 7%. 10% at max. Disgusting, like Lua passive. When attack consumes 4 soul, nullifying damage from skills. When consumes 4 souls. Oh my goodness. Is this what I think it is? Hold on. So obviously, resource increases. Now, I'm assuming this is based on how many souls you actually do have. Wait, I like this unit. Wait, this is a really insane unit already alone just from her passive. Oh, and you can power right away too? And you pair this with Fern, it's going to be kind of disgusting. Oh, bro, I like this unit. This unit opens the door to so many things because now we have a passive increase in terms of focus or fighting spirit. Again, I was not expecting a character like this to come so soon, but it is here, and I'm all for it. Again, it does open the door for a lot of things. Any fighting spirit, any focus unit coming in the future for the rest of Epic 7's journey, this character is going to be very, very good. After granting, increase attack to the caster for 3 turns, attacks all enemies with lightning magic, dispelling all buffs, increases combat radius of the caster by 50%, and it penetrates the target's defense by 50%. So, again, my biggest complaint going into this, there is no ignore damage here, unless it's on her artifact. If it is, it makes up for it, because I do think we need a way to kind of fight lay the scales. It's kind of annoying just to rely on one thief artifact to really deal with this stuff right now. It ain't the greatest, it ain't the prettiest. But overall, as a kit, I like this character a lot. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the stripping is whatever. I'm gonna be honest, the strip is whatever. Like, dispelling all buffs, I don't care. I don't care about that. I am not gonna build effectiveness on this character. Maybe if I do, it's gonna be a little bit. Now, her S1. Attacks the enemy with magic and grants immunity to the caster for 1 turn. When it is the caster's turn, activates Fozama as an extra attack. Attacks all enemies with flame magic. Damage increases proportion to the amount of the enemy's lost health. Ooh. So the lower they are, the more damage you do. And 10 souls, you do more damage. Oh, this unit's pretty good. I like this unit. In terms of characters, Fern, and Stark, they look all actually pretty good in my opinion. Like, I literally have nothing to nitpick about with them besides that none of them have the ignore damage share. But overall, as characters themselves, they are actually insane. Fern, first character in the game to have increased resources. Fighting spirit, focus. First character ever to get that, right? Let's look at her artifact. At the start of the battle, gain 10 souls. Oh. At the start of the turn, has a 50% chance to gain 2 souls. At max, you gain 20 souls. And then at the start of the turn, you have a 100% chance to gain 2 souls. Oh, this is like the best mage artifact when it comes to farming souls now. Oh, this is like a book, but a book on crack. Oh, okay. Is this at every single turn we gain 2 souls? Let me see it. Show me this artifact. If it's actually every single turn we gain 2 souls, that's going to be kind of crazy. Oh, man. These characters, Yeah, she is going to be the first character for a banner. Overall, all these characters are good. Again, these collaboration characters have potentially a chance to never come back. As a character, if I had to rate every single one of them, I think Fern's the best. Actually, you know what? It's going to be close between Fern and Frieren, because I really like this evasion she does have on her passive. I really like this a lot, but I think Frieren is going to be the best of the banner. I definitely feel like it is going to be her. But again, I think Fern's a very, very close second. I really love her passive a lot. But again, it can be shut down quite easily. So otherwise, I do think Frieren is going to be one of the best ones. Overall, as a banner itself, I think all the three characters are absolutely pretty good. Stark, for a free character, actually pretty good. We need to see how his damage does play out when we do get him next week, right? Fern is basically like another Afternoon Soak Flan, but kind of better. Actually, no, not really kind of better, right? Because they suffer the same fate in terms of that, having focus and all that. But, I think she's going to be pretty good. Again, the biggest shutdown to her is going to be Solitaria, because if you don't have Solitaria, she is never going to be able to S3. That's my biggest concern in this character, right? If there's Solitaria, you are never going to be ever to S3 at that point, right? So, we'll see how she plays out. But I think she'll definitely be good. And Frieren, I think she's instantly the best because, again, this is one of the first characters we've ever gotten that has increased resources. And this opens the door to many things moving forward. But other than that, though, let me know down below your guys' thoughts on these characters. Again, I'm excited. These characters actually look very, very good. And that's good. Because that means hopefully these characters can last much longer than potentially only a couple months. Overall, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day. And I will see you guys later on. Peace out.